What is going on, guys? How are we doing? We are here at Upland Revival. I am here with my boy, Kevin the Man, and I am your host, K Twice. We're excited to talk a lot of things about Upland today, right? The Upland metaverse, it's a big thing for Kevin and I. We've been doing this for what, 6 years now, Kev, since it came out?
Yeah, I mean, for quite some time. Shout out to everyone. Hope everyone's
Yeah.
doing well.
Happy
Wishing
New Year!
everyone
Happy
a
New Year! It's the
new
New Year,
year.
dude. 2026, man.
It's
Wow.
fantastic. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
kind of crazy, you know. Hopefully, we can get 2026 off to a great start here in Upland, huh? What do you say, Kev?
I mean, that's the plan, man. I definitely want to see things become successful for all the players in the community. We've been working hard in downtown LA. I know we've
Yeah.
talked about that many times. We've seen a lot of success. We've seen a lot of motivation. We've seen a lot of people kind of group together. It kind of reminds us of the old times,
Yeah.
which are great because communication is key, and that's one of the things that we're going to be focusing on today. Isn't that right, Kate Twice?
We definitely would love some more communication from Upland. We've tried to reach out. We've reached out to X1 and he ghosted Kev, as you know. Kev was upset about it. I think Kev's, it's just one of those things where we just want to have conversation. We want to talk about the things that are going on in Upland. And if we don't have communication, where does that leave us as investors, as players, as humans, as a community, right? We we don't know because we're left with so much unknown, when all we're trying to do is grow our Upland community, our Upland portfolio, our networks, all the things. We really are doing some
Yeah.
awesome things in the metaverse world. So I don't want to take away from what Upland's doing, but in the same time, we want to help evolve it and make it the best the best metaverse out there so that it's dominant, right? And to do that, again, we've been saying, hey, we really need to focus on new players. And with all of the cash grabs, which are great, I think they're awesome for the game with the structures, which we're going to get into here in a second. It's kind of like, all right, well, where is all of this going? Where is this headed? How many structures are there going to be? Is there going to be a cap? Are we going to get better ROI with our uppies? I just want a roadmap. I don't know if there's like an actual roadmap with what's going on. And I really think, Upland's just kind of throwing shit on the wall for a lack of a better term and hoping some of it sticks, because they're not putting out any direction. And right now, my biggest issue is they're not marketing to new players, right? Because no new players could actually afford to actually play this game. Right or wrong, Kev?
Well, I'm, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I was crunching some numbers, and I'll just dig kind of right into it. Like for example, if someone wanted to come in, buy a property, they would be investing somewhere around, let's say,
I think we lost you, Kev. Try to get Kev back in here when we can. But essentially, what we're talking about today is the communication and kind of what's going on with the structures and the new players that are coming in. And to kind of taboo back off of what Kev said was, we're working through a lot of different issues with what we want to do. And what we're trying to accomplish with building all of these things. But when we look at this game from the outside in, we're looking, okay, we're making UpX monthly, right? Kevin and I, we're making UpX monthly, and because we've invested so much into this game. If you're a new player coming into this game, you have to kind of strike a pretty big penny. You have to buy Sparklet, you got to buy UpX, you got to buy structures now. I mean, if you want to play catch up in this game, you better be bringing 10 racks, 20 racks, just to even have a footprint. And I don't think that's. I feel like we need a mass amount of players, not a few amount of wealthy players. I really want this to be a an investment game, whatever you want to call it, that's an everyday thing for the world, international. Like I feel like there's so many elements that can be so great to this if we really dove into it. But right now it has an opportunity to be great by focusing on some of the new players and giving them incentives to come in. And I think that's where Kevin was going to go with that, was that it's just one of those things, where I can't. I don't. I want. Are you back, Kev?
Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
I
I
got
kept seeing the
lost for
thing
a
coming.
minute.
Sorry about that,
Yeah,
guys. I
no
was like, where's
worries.
the?
So the point I was trying to make is, let's say that somebody bought a smaller property. They invested 50 to $100 USD converted into UPIX, and they wanted to build, let's just say something simple like a bakery, which I don't know about you, but most new players, that they don't want to build a bakery, but let's just say that that's what their budget was. I
Yeah,
mean, they have options. They can either buy enough Sparklet to max it out, and I mean, they're looking at anywhere from $750 to $833 basically
yeah.
to max that building out. And then they're still looking at weeks to get that build into play. So their other option could be to rent it out, which at that point they're looking at anywhere from 100 to $150 by using the Spark exchange. And and then on top of that, if they want residents, they're going to need to build a living structure. And I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. And with that, they're only going to receive basically like two, like the service unit score of 2. Like I
So
can't
is there
see
do we
that
know anything
momentum.
concrete? Do we know anything concrete about the service scores and how they work, the algorithm? I mean, my biggest I mean, I'm building so much. I probably spent, I don't know, 10 million UPIX on helping build downtown LA, and I've got a bunch of more structures being built and all the fun things, right? But every time I just had a superstructure, get finished. My second superstructure get finished, right? In downtown LA. Oh, I just got balloons. That's weird. I don't know what that's about, but I guess celebrate. Yeah, I mean we got
Yeah,
two
let's go.
superstores.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, anyways, my
I
score went
mean,
down for my second superstore. I went from 1,300 to 750, and I'm like, what? How is that possible?
well, I think that influence score hasn't been explained correctly.
Yeah,
And I think that that is going to create a lot of frustration with not only new players but with existing players as well, because we don't really have the structure as far as the roadmap, how to be
yeah,
successful and utilize our portfolios and make something good for our community as a whole. Because
yeah.
I mean, I see the group being frustrated when we're going over, hey, we're here, we need this many unique structures, we need to do this, we need to do that, like. And I mean, the times are just like forever. I mean, most games that I've played in the past, within 20 to 30 minutes, like, you get some sort of satisfaction from it.
Yeah.
Like with the game the way that it is today, the long build times that it takes, I mean, we're talking weeks to months. I mean,
And that's
X1.
if you're maxed out on Sparklet, having to spend that amount of money on Sparklet, right? Let's not forget about
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, let's say that somebody wanted to come in and build the highest performing service structure out there as far as SU points that are available. I mean, they'd be looking at building a high school. The land itself would cost them 500 to $1,000 minimum. If they were to rent out to max out the Spark, they'd be at $1,000 to $1,500.
Yeah.
And then if they wanted to buy enough Spark to max it out, they'd be looking at $2,200 to $2,500. As a
Wow.
whole, they'd be looking at about $2,700 to $3,000. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. That's
I know.
brutal for a new player. The psychology of
Yeah.
trying to be successful
and
within the
then and
game.
then to, and then to log in and to see that the property in USD that's being converted out is at 40-30%.
If they're lucky.
If they're lucky.
If
So
they're
that's the
lucky.
thing where I'm like, come on, like we need a bigger, larger database of players. This can't be, a few thousand, wealthier players that are willing to spend the extra money. We need millions of people that can come into a game, spend a couple $100, right, and learn how to make a profit with that. And if you can do that and duplicate that, you're going to get the whole volume of players across the international world, and we can have multitudes of success in this metaverse on a lot of different ways. And I wish they would put that together. Like they're still banking on all the old players like us that have put in hundreds and thousands of dollars to continue to save the game. That's going to ruin the game because those same players are not even spending their. How much is Buster have in his account? But our boy Buster, we just checked his
Yeah, I think it was like 38 million Upix.
38 million. Do you know what that would do for the game right now? Just to come spend money into the game. Abdullah, I don't even know how much that dude's got. I mean, that's
Yeah,
I
tons.
messaged him. I messaged him the other day. It's crazy to me that the OGs they're not coming back, and I'm like, we should not be focusing on all of the OGs because I'm telling you, just stop making this game cater to that. Let's cater this game to millions of new players that can come in, make a profit, flip their properties, get that gratitude feeling, and then just watch the OG players come back. They will flood back. They will open. The floodgates will come, and everyone will come back, spinning all the epics, spinning all their saved epics. But they don't care about that. And that's why the OG players aren't coming back, which is why we're frustrated, and we're just like, hey,
Yeah,
we just want to try and help, not let everyone get frustrated, have conversations, have open conversations, so maybe we can get some resolve and fix some of these things and be like, listen, we want this game to evolve, not go away. That's I don't know how else to explain that. We want things to be so much fun like they used to be, getting those nostalgic feelings with some of our, as we build downtown LA. This has been probably
that's
the
right.
funnest it's been in a long time, getting to work with people like Cheesy and Phoenix and all the people that are being a part of what we're doing. It's a great little niche community, and that's why I love Upland. And that's why I want to continue to play Upland. But if we don't have thousands of those little knit group communities like downtown LA, if we don't have thousands of those, the game will not be successful. And the only way to have thousands of nodes and communities is to have a multitude and multifaceted players coming from all over the country, all over the world, that can afford at different levels. And we got to find ways to help these people understand what to do with that Upix or money or Sparklet or whatever, or how to build or infrastructures, and find ways to earn. And if you cannot earn, people quit the game. I mean, when we were playing at the height, Kev, I mean, me and you, we probably had 5 or 6 paid earners at a time weekly. We had earners finding us property. We had earners minting us property. We were paying people to, and infrastructures weren't even there yet, right? This was
No,
this 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 was booming back in the day, and there was no infrastructures.
well, back then, we were working on the promise that the utility would come around. And I mean, and looking, I mean, man, fast forward 4 or 5 years in the future, and we're still working for the same goal.
Yeah,
Because I mean, uppies are great and everything, but there is no direction, there are no rules on what it's going to offer. Like, yeah, we get a service score, we get a residence score, but what does that actually do for someone? Like, we
yeah,
don't know at this point. And all we continue to go over are, well, in the future we're going to have troves, we're going to have this, we're going to have that, but we want to see these things kind of come into play, because we're asking people to invest anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000 into into a game that takes weeks to months. And I mean, X1 even made a joke about it when he was kind of going over all of the key things that they've evolved over the years. He had indicated that it could take years for your property
bro.
structure to
Let's hold
actually
on
be
because you
built.
were so bitter with that when that
I
video
mean, I
came out. I was
wasn't
laughing.
bitter. I just thought it
No,
was
it's not bitter, but I
hilarious,
was laughing
man.
because you pointed it out to me, and I was like, I didn't even realize that he actually said that out loud. He was trying to literally get people excited about having to,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, and he made
maybe
some
maybe
good.
maybe your building might be done when you come back in 2 years.
In three, he said
He
three.
said 3 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was on the point where he was mentioning that this is the only game that where, like, if you start something and you come back in 2 to 3 years, which was a great point,
Yeah,
that all of the stuff that you've progress and everything that you've made is still there, which is true and accurate. But he also said,
sure.
and who knows, maybe when you come back in 3 years, one of your properties will be built. I
Yeah.
mean, it really seems like Upland is disconnected. The management of Upland is disconnected
Something's
with the
disconnected.
player.
Yeah.
Like
Well, because
like
there's no communication, bro.
who
There's
wants
no
to play it?
communication.
It's always
You,
been like this.
it's just
It's
like,
nothing
dude,
new.
you
It's
know what I
nothing
mean?
new.
I'm like, homies, like,
Yeah.
dude, like, let's all just have a round, like, come on the show. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about what's going on. This is a great platform to be able to share some updates, to share some maybe some, some insight to what is going on. And X1 ghosted Kevin, man. I don't
I mean, I mean, in reality, man, like if that's what his bosses told him to do,
know.
then
He's
then
doing
like
it.
I had said that last time, I would have done the same thing. So I don't blame the guy, but I mean, we need some clarity so that we can
Yeah.
all be successful. It's
And
not
by the way,
I'm not asking for
just
anything
just to
that
say
doesn't make
whatever, we
sense.
we also love X1. We love
Yeah.
our management. We love all of our devs. We love all of our teams. We're gonna have a little fun with it at some times because we want the engagement. We want you guys to have conversations with the community. Like if you want to hop on a Discord, if you want to do like a live Discord, right? We'll come join. We'll come join you guys. Like if you want to do like a town hall, like I feel like that's like an important thing. Is like doing like monthly town halls and getting Q&As from community, from at least the chief executives, at least the hierarchies, that have that put a lot of money in the game. Like let us, let's talk about you. Let's give some insight. Let's give some opinions. Let's give some, some facts, some data. Let's talk. I mean, I was looking at the data at the numbers of just the decline, and I'm like, man, like let's get going here, And I just,
Yeah.
if they were to just say, hey, all right, come on guys, come talk to us. Let's make it a public platform so we can all engage and just be like, hey, dude, like, so what is this? This is this, and we will take questions from our community and we'll bring it to them and we'll just have conversation and like, hey, so what about this? And like, what do you think about this? Like, I would love to just ask X1. So like, you made a comment about like building these buildings in 3 years. You know what I mean? Like, and if you come back, maybe your building will be done. Like, do you really think that's a fair value assessment of time? Like, I get the process of it. Like, I think there's value in making things that have to be built out long term to have to invest more money into the game. Again, I understand that, but we have to have the whole dynamic and the whole gamut of players that are coming into this be able to do that, and not everybody can do that.
Well, it's not even that, in my way of thinking, it's more like, okay, so look, obviously I've already been willing to invest, $3,000 to $5,000 into the game. But but what will we get from it?
Yeah,
Like what's the point? Like
correct,
what
correct.
will we actually receive? Like, and then how can we be as efficient as possible? One of the things that we were kind of talking about, is it in Upland's best interest to leave us in the dark so we continue to make mistakes with our purchases and the buildings that we're building,
Bro,
so
that's
that
the,
way
that's the
they
truest thing
can
right there. Say that
continue?
again, please. Say that
uh,
again, because I want people to understand when you're buying all these infrastructures, we're buying these things because we think that they have value. We don't even know what type of value they're actually going to bring, or utility for that matter.
Yeah, or if they're going to.
That's
I mean,
exactly.
because some of the features that Upland has rolled out with it rolled out has have
Is
turned into discontinued items.
is this going to be another NFL,
So do they
NFL
not know? Do
PA
they
thing?
I mean, do they not know how it's going to work?
I don't
I
know.
mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with the progress that they have made, but I mean, if you look at I use like Chat GPT. Like Chat GPT can make a picture of these uppies like really good.
Yeah.
Like are they just using Chat GPT to create like these things that make us appeal towards like to grab our emotions, to put us on the hook, to make us feel like something's going to happen because they're using the same tactics that they've used in the past? Because I mean, we don't have a clear answer, and the way that everything's being marketed, the type of investment that Upland is asking for us to make, like it's not for a new player. You can't gain the trust of a new player and ask them to invest this amount of money into the game with no direction on how it's all going to work.
Yeah.
So the only question that I ask myself is this for a new player, or is this to continue to cr- create income so that they can do something different? It just doesn't make sense. It's weird, man. It's honestly weird.
You know, Uppy Kingdoms. I like Uppy Kingdoms. What up? What up, everyone that's in the chat, man? I just want to give a shout out to everyone that is out there. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Shaq. Hey, Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I
And
can't even. My eyes are so bad. I can't even see shit.
whoever is in the chat, shout out, say hello, let us know, like what region that you're working in. um I mean, we absolutely love
Yeah.
working on our downtown LA project. I mean, that's been fun. That's probably brought us a lot of enjoyment that we haven't
That's why
seen
we're here. That's
in
literally why we're here right
years.
now. That's why we're here, is
Like,
because we're enjoying the
so
community
it's
again.
great. We appreciate all of you guys. And like I always tell people too that I end up chatting with in other regions, other through the census, like, hey, we're not in competition with one another.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're basically doing
But
our
we're in
part.
competition with ourselves right now, compared to the algorithm. We are literally in competition. Me and you are in competition together in downtown, because every time you finish a
Right.
structure, my score goes down. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So technically, we are only in competition with our own people in downtown, which I think is ironic. But I do think the
Right.
algorithm can change. But again, we need clear and transparent communication and understanding of what these things are and what they're going to do, the value they're going to create. Is the influencer score going to create more residual or ROI? What is the influence score going to do? Anything? I'm just saying, I'm just saying it is what it is. I want answers. I want to understand. I want to know what the value is. I want to know what I keep putting my money into. I keep putting my money into a cash cow scam? You know what I mean? What am I doing? I mean, I don't believe that. I'm just being funny. I don't think that. I genuinely
Right.
love
Right.
Upland. I love Upland, and it's amazing.
I mean,
And
there's a
yes,
reason we're here.
I bought the damn structures today again. And am I
Yeah.
annoyed? Maybe a little bit by it, but I don't know, because I bought some fish thing. I don't know what I already started building a luxury restaurant or something. I don't even know, but I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that I'm doing it. I'm doing my part. I'm supporting Upland. I'm asking Upland to support me back. I'm doing what I'm told to do, like a good little boy. Could you please
That's
slap
right.
me on the
Boy
ass
Scout.
and say, good job, K Twice. Keep doing what you're doing, K Twice. Great job.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you some incentives for your new players, K Twice. Here's a bonus code. We're gonna give 100% to new players again.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, let's go. Let's do something fun. Let's be creative. Let's have conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Or some at least a roadmap. I
Yeah.
mean, give us some sort of information, like I don't mean to sound frustrated, but I mean it
No.
is. It is.
Yeah.
Like we need to know how to plan to be successful. Like, and we don't know. We don't know a lot of different things right now, and we need the answers so that we can set the roadmap for the future of the game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And let me
that's our
tell you
real
guys,
goal.
it was a great road, man. That was fun, dude. Back in 2020, 21. I mean, it was fun, dude. It was like I said, we literally had like 3, 4, 5 hired people on at a time. Like, just finding properties, doing deals, like, it was fun. I missed that. That was great. And you were meeting great people. That's how we met all these other whales. We were having great conversations with other big players, and people were wanting to engage. I ended up going to Genesis the very first, in Vegas. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
honestly, I went, but I had the best
Yeah, that was
time.
fun, huh?
It was such a great time. I got to meet so many great people. We got to play some cards. We got to play some blackjack, and then we got to go have a great fun event. That was with the NFLPA. There was some NFL players there, so that was kind of cool. But then we
Yeah,
had to
so
end up.
so K twice. So you're talking about how great it was, 2020, 2021 era.
Yeah.
And what do you think drove that success then?
I will say crypto definitely had a big play in that because crypto was kind of like really hitting its stride. And, in that moment, I think it was a new thing and NFTs were starting to pop too, Nifty Gateway, VV, all these other things that you and I were
Hmm.
both involved in as well. A lot of different NFTs that kind of took a shit, you know what I mean? But at that moment it was hot. So it was creating space. And we need to create that space again. And Upland also had what? The 100% match bonus for new players. Okay. Popping. You had
Right,
people coming in, you had new players coming in, you had a system. And there was very limited properties. There was only like 4 or 5 cities too. So it made it a little bit easier because you had the quantity over the quality, right? So you had a lot of active users with very limited properties. What does that create? That creates demand, right? So now you've
right.
got a whole world of properties and very
Here
little
we
players.
go.
There's no demand. I'll go through this all day, baby.
Oh
What you want? You
yeah,
want a lesson? Come on.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
help. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to teach. You know what's good here.
Well,
But
I mean, look, my point of view was the ROI was there. I mean, you had
yes,
just mentioned that we had, scouts out there scouting properties for us. Like
yes,
we wouldn't have had any scouts out there scouting properties for us if we didn't think that
we
there
can
was an
flip it.
ROI.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean the real reason why things were booming back then, I mean, take all the great communication aside, all the friendships that we've made, most people come to this type style of playing with an ROI in mind. And at that point, we all knew that an ROI was possible because we were watching it unfold as it happened. So I mean, I tried to think back on some of the things that really kind of got me hooked on the game. And back in the day, like it was like, okay, there's going to be a new city release. Like I'm going to come in now and I'm going to explore
And what happened on those
everything.
city releases, Kev?
I mean, they
They,
got minted
they
out
sold. They
fully.
got sold out, bro. They were sold out within minutes
But why?
because there was a
Why?
demand and
Because
people
there
knew
was
that
the
there was
ROI
value.
in mind and we got to see
Correct.
the ROI kind of take place. So
Yeah.
where's the ROI now?
I don't know, bro.
Like that's the
Because
part.
because the only way they're doing things now is they have to lock properties because no one's minting them.
Well, I mean, that's a supply and demand thing, like they need to I mean, we've watched Upland kind of go through stages where like some of the players that have been playing for quite some time, like we had never experienced like an orange collection being available for unlimited mint before.
Yeah.
So it created a lot of players to kind of invest large amounts of UPIX. They're like, dude, like we've never seen, like Los Angeles was really an eye opener. Like there were so many properties that were available for absolute mint, and we've continued to go through that with collections,
Yeah.
like in Miami, like orange properties being available for like for months, like Bermuda, orange properties being available for months, like, and it really kind of it really kind of helped people um get into an orange property, but at the same time it left it open for like people who had some trust with the game to say, wow, I'm going to invest into this. We just didn't know that it would just continue and continue and continue. And now, like, nobody even talks about collections anymore because collections aren't the thing.
Yeah.
Like, so the game is constantly changing, constantly evolving. But any game, you need to know how to beat the game. Like, whatever
Or
you play, you
yes,
need to know how to be successful in the
or
game.
achieve the success that you're trying to find in the game. That is
Correct.
what you have to have. If you don't, which is in our case, ROI. And right now, there's none.
Right, right. Well, I mean, it feels like there's none. And if there is, add some clarity so that way we can set the roadmap with our community and
Yeah.
our friends and we can all be successful together
Together.
and revive. I mean, that's our
Yes.
goal. Upland
That's our whole
revival,
goal.
baby,
Yes. Come on now. Preach it, Kev.
That's right. That's right. That's 100.
It's one of
So
those things, man. It's 2026. We just want to have some great success this year. I wish everyone a successful year in anything that you guys are doing, private business, whatever you guys are doing. I wish everyone all success. I pray that we all have the best success here in Upland. I want this to be so successful. I love Upland to every extent, and to me, again, it's the community. It's being able to be here and be present with you guys and get to know people from all across the world that we may never have gotten to meet or get to know, and meet unique and different personalities, and then get to have good relationships and broker deals and have fun, and
The good
play
stuff.
games like Upland Kingdoms, and get some competitive nature in here too. And it's just rebuilt that community with it. There were so many people playing, man. I just missed that, and I want that to come back. And I guess that's the only reason why we're here, is we want that to come back. We want Upland to be great. We want it to be amazing and fun again. Fun. Like, it has the potential to be fun, but if it's going to be fun, it's got to be worth something. There's got to be a value behind it to feel like you're winning. And I can tell you right now, that doesn't have to be a USD value. Because I still can't cash out USD. That's a whole different conversation. But if you were to make money in UPIX and make 100%, you put in 1,000 or 1,000,000 UPIX, and you somehow make it to 2,000,000 UPIX in 30 days. That's all that needs to happen. That's it.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
will start to send the value. You start to increase the value of UPIX and Sparklet, right? Boom, 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 boom. That's going to start to increase the value of USD, and all everything else. They'll start to escalate. We'll regain a population. We'll grow. We'll find new ways to enhance and entice new players to get going faster and quicker. And we'll figure out how these structures and uppies are going to create more value and more ROI. That's it. Because I want to know, if I just paid $1 million for a large property or 1,000,000 UPIX in downtown, and now I just built 15 service structures on it, what's the value of that? Am I going to sell that for a profit, or am I going to have to sell that for an undercut in USD for 40% on the market just to cash out? It's bullshit. Come on, let's go. Get it together. Come
what's the
on.
reward for it?
Come on.
Like, are uppies designed for the new player or the existing player? And
Just tell us.
yeah, like X1 should come out with a video where
Yes.
he
Yes.
said, "Hey, I'm a new player, and this is what I would do in the first week. This is what the
Boom.
experience would be." Like, come
Yeah.
out with the video and tell us like what you
Yeah.
would do. Like, if you were a
Please.
brand new player to the game, and like, you had to make
And
decisions.
show me through the app. I want you to show me through the app what you would do as a new player, because right now you get lost. You get lost in a world of I don't even know what, Sim City. I don't even know. It's one of those things where I'm trying to figure out, why do I keep spending millions of UPIX to build? What's the value? I don't know the value.
Right. So K Twice, so how do you think that we can attract a new player? I know you've had ideas about, like, kind of utilizing the FSA program. I kind of had an idea. What are your thoughts on this? Let's say we're building a service structure, and each service structure hits a certain milestone. Like, let's say at 25%, you get 20% of the value of the service unit. At 50%, you get another piece of the value. Because, I mean, if we're really expecting people to wait, like 40,
Well, here's the
60,
thing, dude.
hundreds of days.
That's a great point, but what they need to do is they need to be able to allow, or whatever this whole thing is, for building. I think if you're going to build a structure, or if you at least buy a structure, you should be able to rent that structure out for either USD or Sparklet if you bought that structure, because you came in at an early time, you got the early bird advantage. Now you own that blueprint. You should be able to make profit off of that damn blueprint. You should be
Well,
able
they're
to say
doing that. They're
on the
doing
game.
that.
That's in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game right
They're
now.
well, not right. I mean,
Oh, okay.
everything's in
Yeah.
the future,
No,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to talk through it. No, I'm trying to talk through it.
Everything's in the future.
I'm talking through it. So yeah, no,
Our
I get it.
future is in the future. You know what I mean?
Well, shit, Kev. I mean, I'm trying here, bro. I'm
I
just
know,
walking through it. I mean, dude,
I
it is what it is. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly good. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, we we just want this to be successful, so we're here for it. We're here to support the community. We appreciate you guys. You know, I wish
Hell yeah.
nothing but success for everybody. This has been a great start to the year, and I think there's going to be some great more announcements coming from Upland. I just want more dialogue, more conversation, more transparency, and that's what I'm hoping to get from them. And hopefully they listen to this like I think they are, and just hey, just talk to us, man. I don't. That's all. I just want to know what's going on, and so we can translate that to the community, and we can give the community positive news. I am dying to come on here and eat crow and say, "Oh my
Oh
God,
yeah.
this is what's happening, dude." I
Yeah, and
cannot
we're
wait.
idiots.
Yeah, and we're
We should
idiots,
have
dude. I
always
can't.
trusted
Please,
Upland. And what were we thinking? I mean, I can't wait
yes.
to say that.
I cannot wait. And that's genuinely the truth. And that's why we're here. We're just trying to open up that dialogue and that conversation. So we appreciate you guys coming on here, supporting us, making comments, you know, engaging with us. If you guys have questions you guys want answered, send us your questions. I want to hear your questions too. So don't leave us hanging. I'm all for it. I want to hear what you guys got to say too. So I gotta run for today. We're gonna shut down the show for the rest of the night. But we're gonna come back either next week or maybe even earlier or later in the week. We don't know. We're just kind of having fun doing these pop-up shows and
When
just
we
having
have time.
fellowship. Yeah, and just having
Hmm.
communion and brotherhood and sisterhood and you know whatever it is out there just that people want to do to engage and be a part of this community. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you guys because we are trying to revive Upland. And when we say revive Upland, we want to revive Upland to what it was in 2020, 2021 when it was just straight booming and there was mad sales. It was all profit. USD and
Let's go.
others. Both money, both profitable. So, all right. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys in the next
Take
show.
care.
All right, Cabo.